Hello and welcome to May's Crochet. I am Rachel and it is day 2 of our countdown to Halloween. So if you weren't here yesterday for day 1, I am drawing one of the creatures listed in this book out of this bowl, and I will make it every day for 31 days. Yesterday for our very first project, we made the Jersey Devil. I literally knew nothing about him, but apparently he haunts the barren pines of southern New Jersey. All I know about the barren pines is that one episode of The Sopranos. So, but he turned out cute, a lot of work. These legs were a giant pain in my ass, but I think overall he's pretty adorable. I also want full transparency, and I want you to know that even though there are 40 patterns, I went through everything yesterday and pulled out a few. First, I pulled out this guy because I already made him, and this is what they call the grays, or just like the very old 1940s, 1950s alien style gray, giant head, big black eyes. This was kind of a test I did several months ago to see how the patterns were working up, if I thought I could maybe pull this off. I really intended to start this like 4 months ago when I got the book, and I didn't. I actually put all of the names in this bowl back in like March, right after I got the book. It is now the first day of August, and I just started 2 days ago with the first one. So yeah, that's, again, we all know my time management skills are crap. Anyway, so I pulled out the grays because I already have him. I also pulled out Bigfoot because they want like a fluffy, bulky weight yarn, and this isn't exactly blanket yarn, so I'm not sure what they're looking for. I don't have it. I don't want to pull it and not have it, and I don't want to order it and then not pull it and then not make it. So for now, I'm not going to take a chance and pull this guy. They say, you know, 4-weight acrylic yarn would also be fine, and then just use a wire brush to brush it out, but I don't want to do that. So if I get the werewolf, I will, but I don't want to do it for this one. And then the last two, for very similar reasons, are the phoenix and the harpy. There's just too much felt going on. No shade to felt, it's just, I don't want to. I don't want to cut out all these little wings and glue them together in the right spots, and I don't want to do it. I want to crochet. So they just have too much. Now, most of the creatures do seem to have some sort of felt accent, but something small is fine, but that much felt work, I am not in the mood. I do not have the patience. Okay, maybe one of these days I'll go through the whole book and I'll take my time to do it, but this is not going to be that. So with all that out of the way, let's find out what we're making today. It is Cyclops. Cute. He's right here on the front, actually, right there. That is adorable. I cannot wait. That's going to be a really cute one. Fun. Okay, great. Cyclops it is. I am going to gather my materials. I'm not starting right now. It might be later tonight. I don't know. I've got some stuff I need to do. All right, so here are all of my supplies. As always, I'm using a number 4 worsted weight acrylic yarn and a 3.5mm hook. She calls for a 4, but I always do Amy and 3.5. Here are my eyes. She's got a brown one. I think I'm going to go with some of these yellow ones that I like never use for anything. And then the white felt. The only thing I don't have right now on the table is the embroidery thread, just because I don't feel like getting it out and keeping up with it, and it'll probably be the very last thing I work on. So everything's out, it's ready, and I will sit down and start working on it in a bit. I've got a few other things I need to do right now though. All right, it's the same day, but it is 9:30 at night. I had stuff going on today, but I have no other plans for tonight, and I honestly believe I can get this little guy knocked out tonight. I don't think this is gonna be a multi-part series, no costume changes. I am gonna push forward and get it done, unless my hands hurt. Then I will stop. But there aren't any tiny appendages or a lot of parts like with the Jersey Devil yesterday, so I think I can do it. Let's see. One sitting. Let's go. So we are here on the head, which is 3 rounds away from being done with it. So it's time to put the eye on and stuff. So again, I'm using a little yellow eye. I've got other colors, but I never use these. And now I have to draw like the white of the eye in an eye shape. Yeah. There we go. I mean, yeah, it's okay. I mean, we don't have to do an eye with color. We can always just do plain black. Feels kind of small. I think I'm gonna try again. So I went up to a 14mm all black eye, and I think it looks a lot better. Much more proportional right there in the middle of the head. So we're gonna go with this one, and I hate that I didn't use a color eye, but just don't have any big enough. The head is done completely. Went ahead and did the ears and got the mouth embroidered. I did go ahead and glue down the felt for the white of the eye. The ears are tiny. Yes, I know. Like, we're gonna go with it. It works, right? Yeah. He's cute. Also, I realized that earlier today I never read her introduction paragraph for the design. So, Cyclops, a one-eyed giant whose diet consists of humans and who expertly wields a club. Sounds pretty scary, but look at that smile. It's so sweet. He has to be misunderstood, right? Greek mythology was not kind to the Cyclops throughout time. They called them ferocious, unintelligent, cave-dwelling cannibals. Maybe as you make your Cyclops doll, you will form a new opinion of them. I had a lot of fun with this design and love how he turned out. I hope you enjoy him as well. But yeah, really big in Greek mythology. I know I was introduced when I read the Odyssey in late middle school, early high school. New movie coming out next year by Christopher Nolan. Don't know who's playing the Cyclops. Should be interesting. Also, check out Oh Brother Where Art Thou if you haven't, because it is the same story, just set in like 1930s Mississippi, I believe, and John Goodman plays the Cyclops. It's pretty entertaining. But moving on. Okay, so I've done both of the arms, and I went ahead and made the little club too. That's done. All I have to do now is make 2 legs and a body. That's it. You know, no big deal. So I've got both legs made, and they are joined. A little stumpier than I thought they'd be, but you know, it maybe just be tension at this point. But I am going to finish the body, and we're gonna get our Cyclops put together. Oh, that was enough to sew. It's on, yay! Yes, I just wish there was no sew. I hate trying to make sure the head is straight. Let's put his clothes, the rest of his clothes on, and then arms and club. And we're done. It is very late. I would like to go to bed. Yay! I did it! Well, that is it for our second day on Halloween countdown to Halloween, whatever we're doing, October 2nd. Thank you so much for watching. Come back and see what we do tomorrow. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!